up on AgweekTV, we head to Rollag and check out this 1907 Reeves tractor.
I'm Michelle Rook here at Dakota Fest, where farmers provided their input for the next farm bill.
We'll look at the demand for mediation programs in the Dakotas and Minnesota.
We'll take you to a new butcher shop in Moffett, North Dakota.
Welcome to AgweekTV. I'm Shauna Olson. With the low commodity prices, lawmakers are getting plenty of grassroots input on the next farm bill. The House Ag Committee and farm state lawmakers have been gathering information from Midwest producers about the challenges they're facing and the changes they'd like to see in the 2018 Farm Bill. Michelle Rook has more.
Lawmakers have been out in the country with listening sessions and field hearings to find out what farmers want in the next farm bill. South Dakota's congressional delegation heard what farmers need from a farm bill to help with low prices.
Folks are looking at some changes to the commodity programs so they work better for them. And then conservation is always key.
They're in favor of updating basis. They're in favor of doing something to change or modify the Olympic average because yields have been, sort of volatile depending on where you are and what year you're in. Grain
farmers also want the crop insurance program preserved.
And hopefully we can maintain the support that the USDA supplies to the crop insurance. That's a valuable part of our toolbox to have for us to help with a time of loss.
The House Ag Committee also held a hearing at Farm Fest and heard resounding testimony about the Farm Bill providing an adequate safety net. However, Chairman Conaway says that means more of a tweak than an overhaul.
Cotton has to get back into Title I. We have to address the dairy program, the milk protection, the margin protection plan for milk, and the ARC county payment scheme. Those are the big three.
The ARC County and the PLC, I think there will be some tweaking done to make them more fair for everybody.
Livestock producers also asked for a $150 million FMD vaccine bank.
So we can have access to the vaccines we need in case an outbreak were to happen in the United States.
However, the big key for the next farm bill is finding the funding.
Officially, the committee has asked that the budget not be cut from what the baseline is. Personally, I don't think that's adequate. I think we need more money.
I'm Michelle Rook reporting for Ag Week.
Committee members also stress the importance of keeping the nutrition program in the Farm Bill, or they say it will be nearly impossible to get the support to pass it in Congress. Many farmers and ranchers are feeling the pinch of low commodity prices and poor growing conditions, and some will end up in mediation. It doesn't help that lending regulations were tightened after the banking crisis of 2008 and 2009. But as Mikkel Pates found, the programs vary from state to state, and some say there's a need to improve them.
South Dakota has a mandatory mediation program before a lender can foreclose, but the program has some weaknesses.
I would say every situation is different.
Ron Frauenschuh is a contract mediator for the South Dakota Ag Department. He's seeing an increase in his workload this year. In fact, he says his cases may quadruple from the 8 to 10 he was seeing in recent years. He says it helps to have a third party working with farmers and their lenders, and he says most of his cases settle and avoid bankruptcy or foreclosure.
It really is a lender-debtor mediation act, and keeping it low-keyed is really important.
J.T. Corco became a private ag financial consultant after a career in farming and lending. He saw a need for ag credit counseling and is still one of the few who do it. He works in a 5-state area, and right now he's helping about 6 clients through bankruptcy.
I do think that the government has regulatory requirements on the banks have went too far. It's hamstrung the banks in giving them the opportunity and the latitude to work with these debtors.
North Dakota Ag Commissioner Doug Goring says his department's voluntary mediation program is seeing 2 or 3 times as many cases this year than in 2016, which also saw a 3-fold increase in cases.
If commodity prices don't turn around, or now that we're facing a drought and we don't have the production, it's probably going to be really ugly this fall, this winter.
Laws vary from state to state, and South Dakota State Senator and farmer Jason Frericks says the 2018 legislature will likely consider changes to the South Dakota rules. He understands the problems farmers face as well as anyone.
I've been an at-risk agriculture producer for over the last 10 years.
Frericks would like to see lawmakers consider putting more teeth in the rules that require lenders to negotiate in good faith.
We cannot lose a single agriculture producer here in our state, and obviously in terms of financial it could be very tough to save all of them, but mediation is one bright spot.
While changes to the South Dakota mediation program are not for sure, it's clear that they'll come up in the South Dakota legislature next year. For AgweekTV, this is Mikkel Pates at Wilmot, South Dakota.
This week's Crop Stop takes us to Jamestown, North Dakota, where Mikkel Pates found Kurt and Diane Anderson wrapping up the hay harvest. The Andersons both have jobs in Jamestown, but also have cattle and horses on this hobby ranch 12 miles east of town. They put up enough hay for their own animals, and despite the dry weather, are able to provide some hay for ranchers in the drought areas.
We're not charging them a lot of money because it's short, it's a tough year, and if we can help them out, that's a good thing, and maybe someday we'll need help, so that's what it's all about.
Normally they get 450 bales, but this year they're only getting about 300 because of the dry weather. Coming up on AgweekTV, many tractors at the Western Minnesota Steam Threshers Union have a long family tradition. We'll meet the family behind this 1907 Reeves tractor.
My name's Joel Kaler, owner-operator of Kaler Farms in Lidgerwood, North Dakota. We make a patented product called the Cornstalk Guide. It's made out of UHMW, ultra-high molecular weight poly, which is extremely durable. Typically what you'll see on corn heads is the idler chain in the sprocket sticks out. We attach to the side of a snout. Our product will keep all the wear off the snout and get it to come into the head smoother without bouncing.
Introducing the new Challenger 1000 series, tractors unlike any other manufactured by AGCO. Redefining what a wheel tractor is capable of when it comes to wheel slip, power to ground, and fuel economy. Today, it's not enough just to be tough. You've got to be smarter than everyone else, too. Contact your Challenger dealer today to get in the seat of the new Challenger 1000. Superior engineering, superior performance, superior productivity. The next generation of tractors from your Challenger dealer.
I'm 120, 130, 130, 55, once around the block, 212, right here, now having time's up. So
if you're thinking about selling a piece of land, or you're looking to sell some farm equipment, or if you're thinking about a retirement or involved in an estate, give us a call. We'll sit down and tell you all about the Steffes way. We think it's a good way. That's how we approach it. If any of those are in your plans, give us a call or go to steffesgroup.com. Learn all about us. Hope to hear from you.
Martinson Ag Risk Management offers a variety of crop marketing and crop insurance packages to our customers. With over 40 years of experience, our dedicated staff works hard to ensure you get the best advice on crop insurance, marketing, and risk management. Contact Randy or any of the staff at Martinson Ag Risk Management today at 701-205-4200 or visit us online at martinsonag.com.
For a limited time, Titan Machinery, your local Case IH dealer, is offering 0% financing for 60 months for qualified customers on a large portion of our used combines inventory. For a complete list of our best used combine deals, visit combine17.com or contact your local Titan Machinery store. In addition to long-term 0% financing, Titan Machinery is also offering 12 months free full machine warranty on select late model used Case IH combines. Don't delay. Go to combine17.com or call your local Titan Machinery dealership before the program ends.
The grounds at the Western Minnesota Steam Threshers Reunion are alive this weekend in the small town of Rollag. The steam meet gives you a chance to step back in time and see equipment more than 100 years old. We introduce you to one family who steams up at Rollag every year. Head to Rollag, Minnesota this time of year and you'll find farmers like Mark Danielson.
Oh, I've got Rollag fever.
With a passion for steam engines.
It's very in my blood. I've done this since I was a kid. This time of the year is very special to me.
Being at Rollag with their Reeves 1907 tractor is a family affair.
You remember the water tanks, how we had to fill those?
This day was extra special as Mark's dad Myron visited from his nursing home.
I'm glad he came out today. I miss having him here.
Yeah, it means a lot.
We have done a lot of repair work over the years. It's not a low-cost hobby.
Mark's grandpa bought this tractor.
This one was hiding out in the woods by Park Rapids at a sawmill.
He restored it, and it's been parked at Rollag since 1956. These tractors play an important role in our nation's history.
Would have been used for breaking prairie sod. And once the prairie sod was broken and they were farming the stuff, they did a lot of thrashing and sawing of lumber with it.
Mark let me take it for a spin.
It's a blast. This is my first time steaming up this year, and I really like that first trip through. Now we're ready to go.
More?
Yep, keep going.
This is amazing. I didn't realize it would be so much work.
Most of them were scrapped in World War II. Because the situation was so desperate in wartime that if you didn't give up machinery you weren't using, you were considered unpatriotic.
Danielson says that's why tractors like these are so rare.
It was the first mechanized power that a farmer had. One day this shows up on a flat car at the local depot and, okay, what are we going to do with this thing?
The Steam Threshers reunion runs through Monday. A former Burleigh County farm boy has made his way back home, but not exactly to the farm. Travis Schweitzer recently opened Schweitzer's Gourmet Meats. It's a state-inspected slaughter facility with full-service meat processing, and they can sell the meat in the store. As Jenny Schlecht reports, demand for it was high among local producers.
Travis Schweitzer has always had a knack for butchering, and he fulfilled a lifelong dream when he opened Schweitzer Gourmet Meats in Moffett, North Dakota in January.
We butchered all our own animals on the farm when we were growing up, and I kind of took to it. I kind of enjoyed it.
Travis was born and raised on a farm in Burleigh County. He left for a while and worked in construction, but the idea of opening a butcher shop was always on his mind.
It's a full-service slaughter and processing. We prefer you bring them in live. The inspector wants to see it, see the animal, that it's mobile, that it's healthy.
The business has taken off, and they recently opened a new retail store in Bismarck.
But we'd like to get it to where North Dakota raised beef is being offered to the public, because there is no other place in town that can do that. Most all the beef is boxed beef in the big stores. That's kind of our niche. We can actually show people where the meat came from and literally take them to the farms, see the animals, whatever the case is, how they're treated.
Schweitzer's is a family operation involving his wife and kids, his brother, and his nephew. Travis says he's exactly where he wants to be.
There's something special about the North Dakota raised stuff here. We raise the best beef in the world right here.
In Moffett, North Dakota, this is Jenny Schlecht for Ag Week.
So far, the weather seems to be cooperating for harvest. Your AgriWeather Outlook is next. And later,
young and beginning farmers face particular challenges. We're visiting with one young egg producer.
If you get right down to it, what's a farmer's job? Well, farmer's job is to feed people. Farmers collectively, our job is to feed the world. At Peterson Farm Seed, we get to have a little bit bigger picture right in our region. We get to help those farmers that we work with increase their productivity, increase the yields that they get on their farms, and as a result, more people can eat.
we're excited to bring you the new Ag Week app with useful features and the latest news and information. Get your Ag Week news, weather, and the latest episodes of AgweekTV. Plus, see real-time information on the futures market and view local cash bids for your crops. Stay updated and take Ag Week with you. Download the new Ag Week app today.
For over 40 years, Northside Implement has been your Gell and Vermeer dealer in Webster, South Dakota and Lidgerwood, North Dakota. With new equipment including feeding, grain handling, haying, and skid steer, as well as a nice selection of used equipment including sprayers, spreaders, seeding, as well as tractors and loaders. Northside Implement stands behind the equipment they sell with quality service guaranteed. See us for all your repairs and parts, from tillage to skid steer loaders to combines and everything in between. Contact Dave, Lydell, Tom, or Chris today at Northside Implement or visit our website for our complete equipment listing.
I'm 1 pony, I'm 30, 130, 55, once around the block, 212, 5 right here, now half them times up. So
If you're thinking about selling a piece of land, or you're looking to sell some farm equipment, or if you're thinking about a retirement or involved in an estate, give us a call. We'll sit down and tell you all about the Steffes way. We think it's a good way. That's how we approach it. If any of those are in your plans, give us a call or go to steffesgroup.com. Learn all about us. Hope to hear from you.
Introducing the new Challenger 1000 series, tractors unlike any other manufactured by AGCO. Redefining what a wheel tractor is capable of when it comes to wheel slip, power to ground, and fuel economy. Today, it's not enough just to be tough. You've got to be smarter than everyone else, too. Contact your Challenger dealer today to get in the seat of the new Challenger 1000. Superior engineering, superior performance, superior productivity. The next generation of tractors from your Challenger dealer.
For the first time this season, there will be a touch of fall in the air. It really starts to move into the area on Labor Day weekend. And the air is coming up from the Hudson Bay region, and it's not likely to bring any widespread frost, although northern Minnesota may get a little touch of frost and maybe a smattering or two throughout the Great Lakes and possibly somewhere in North Dakota, but I don't really think it's very likely that it's going to be getting that cold. Certainly South Dakota, Iowa, frost, I would say, is not likely, and it should start moderating again as the week goes along. But it'll be that cool, dry air with very cool mornings and fairly cool afternoons for several days in a row. Cool weather coming into the plains. Not much rain in the forecast. Usually when the air is as cool and as it will be this week, it tends to be fairly dry as well. And it continues to be tropical storm season. 50 inches plus in parts of southeast Texas. The reason, of course, a very slow-moving hurricane-turned-tropical storm. Don't know what the tropics will bring us the next couple of weeks, but there will be chances. Let's take a look at the overall pattern. First of all, as we go through this week, it's this little buckling of the jet. Ridge building up out west. Warm temperatures will go way up north into western Canada, and cool, even by some accounts, chilly weather will drop into the northern plains, but it should only last a few days while the warm weather stays out west. As we move on into the month of September, the really, truly hot weather, upper 90s, 100s, 110s, those tend to get pretty sparse. And this cool, by what we mean by this, is much cooler than average, not necessarily all coat and jacket weather, but it will be fairly cool and continued cool through the Great Lakes and the Northeast. Over the next few days, I think we will start to get some heat, at least 70s and 80s, maybe some stray 90s coming into western South Dakota by the end of the week. As far as precipitation goes, not much. There'll be a little bit in the eastern states. A lot of dry weather. We might get an intrusion of tropical moisture, some form or another, but really, except for the eastern seaboard, I really don't see much rain in the forecast for this week. As we go to the second week, what's going to happen with that cool air? It will begin to retreat. Out west, the ridge will begin to falter just a little bit, eventually going into southwest flow. That will squelch the really, really warm temperatures to the southwest. And the dry weather will continue there. As this jet stream begins to buckle, we may see a rain system moving out of the Rockies. I have very low confidence in that. Basically, tropical moisture east, otherwise we're looking pretty dry. So the cool weather this week will also be mostly dry. The outlook for the mid part of September, not a lot of rain in the northern plains. We'll see what the tropics bring to the south and east, maybe the southern Corn Belt.
For a limited time, Titan Machinery, your local Case IH dealer, is offering 0% financing for 60 months for qualified customers on a large portion of our used combines inventory. For a complete list of our best used combine deals, visit combine17.com or contact your local Titan Machinery store. In addition to long-term 0% financing, Titan Machinery is also offering 12 months free full machine warranty on select late model used Case IH combines. Don't delay. Go to combine17.com or call your local Titan Machinery dealership before the program ends.
If you get right down to it, what's a farmer's job? Well, farmer's job is to feed people. Farmers collectively, our job is to feed the world. At Peterson Farm Seed, we get to have a little bit bigger picture right in our region. We get to help those farmers that we work with increase their productivity, increase the yields that they get on their farms, and as a result, that more people can eat.
My name's Joel Kaler, owner-operator of Kaler Farms in Lidgerwood, North Dakota. We make a patented product called a corn stalk guide. Helps guide corn stalks into the grabs and the chains a lot smoother without losing corn. The corn stalk, when it comes off of our product, it's already on the gathering chain instead of being able to hit that idler. Our product will keep all the wear off the snout and get it to come into the head smoother without bouncing.
Martinson Ag Risk Management offers a variety of crop marketing and crop insurance packages to our customers. With over 40 years of experience, our dedicated staff works hard to ensure you get the best advice on crop insurance, marketing, and risk management. Contact Randy or any of the staff at Martinson Ag Risk Management today at 701-205-4200 or visit us online at martinsonag.com.
For over 40 years, Northside Implement has been your Gell and Vermeer dealer in Webster, South Dakota and Lidgerwood, North Dakota. With new equipment including feeding, grain handling, haying, and skid steer, as well as a nice selection of used equipment including sprayers, spreaders, seeding, as well as tractors and loaders. Northside Implement stands behind the equipment they sell with quality service guaranteed. See us for all your repairs and parts, from tillage to skid steer loaders to combines and everything in between. Contact Dave, Lydell, Tom, or Chris today at Northside Implement or visit our website for our complete equipment listing.
Many farmers grow up on a farm that's been in their family for generations with the idea that they'll take it over someday. Otherwise, it's a tough business to get into. Jonathan Knutson talked with one young producer who never planned to be a farmer, but now he wouldn't change a thing.
At 27, Andrew Barsness is a young farmer. Even more unusual, he didn't grow up on a farm.
Growing up, I never considered being a farmer. I was going to school at the University of Minnesota in 2011 when my grandfather passed away, and kind of had an urge to try farming, and I tried on one 60-acre field and kind of fell in love with it.
Today, Barsness raises about 160 acres of soybeans. He's converting his farm to organic.
I think it's important for all farmers to focus on sustainability and reducing any negative environmental impacts and producing a quality product. And I think that being certified organic kind of demonstrates a dedication to those.
Barsness says organic is more profitable for a small farm like his, but he thinks the biggest challenge for young producers is finding farmland to rent or buy.
I would say that land access is probably the biggest challenge, and access to capital can be difficult too when you're young and you don't have a lot of equity.
Despite the challenges, young farmers have a big and growing role. For Ag Week, I'm Jonathan Knutson.
Barsness helped create a new program to help young farmers in Minnesota. It gives landowners a tax credit for selling or renting to beginning farmers. As many as 400 farmers could be helped by the program. Still ahead on AgweekTV, we'll meet a teacher and farmer who's developed an innovative ag curriculum.
Every year, 40% of all food in the U.S. never gets eaten. 40%. That's almost half the food we produce. Food waste is a serious problem. It impacts all of us.
And it's expensive. Your family is throwing $1,500 a year in the trash.
We're working hard to put food waste on the chopping block.
And you can do the same at home.
Learn how to cook it, store it, and share it.
Just don't waste it.
Go to SaveTheFood.com.
We're excited to bring you the new Ag Week app with useful features and the latest news and information. Get your Ag Week news, weather, and the latest episodes of AgweekTV. Plus, see real-time information on the futures market and view local cash bids for your crops. Stay updated and take Ag Week with you. Download the new Ag Week app today. Where do you go for the latest news in agriculture? Ag Week magazine, reaching over 30,000 farmers and ranchers in North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, and Montana.
Agweek provides the most up-to-date information on the markets, the trends, and the people who make it all happen. We're your source for news, not fluff. Dependable, trusted, Agweek. Subscribe today by calling 1-800-811-2580.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. Even though we are one of the most food-rich countries in the world, 15 million children don't know where their next meal is coming from. This is unacceptable, and something the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks is working to solve. Instead of accepting that our country lets billions of pounds of surplus food go to waste every year, Feeding America has made it their mission to help families in need by rescuing this food. Through food pantries and meal programs, the nationwide network of food banks provides more than 3 billion meals, serving virtually every community in the United States, including yours. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank by visiting feedingamerica.org. Together we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Schools in the area are getting back in session, and there's an ag teacher in Thief River Falls, Minnesota, who started a first-of-its-kind program, one she hopes will revolutionize ag education and the ag industry.
Come on, girls. Danielson farms in Thief River Falls. But her passion for ag has taken her beyond the farm and into the classroom. She's been teaching for 2 decades, but now she's about to reach a new level of students.
I was asked a year ago to start building up some programming, new programming. We know there's a need in northwest Minnesota, in our country actually, for people that are involved in agriculture. And we're at the point that the baby boomer generation is getting close to retirement. And who's going to replace them?
Nelson single-handedly created the curriculum for a new 2-year associate's degree program from Northland Community College.
They can choose to stop at the 2 years, go into the workforce, or they could go on to, let's say, at the University of Minnesota Crookston. And it's a 2+2 program, so they can continue on with their 4-year degree and then obviously continue on from that if they so choose, or go into the workforce, have their own farm, whatever may it be.
While many farmers are generational, the goal is to get students to think about ag that may not otherwise be exposed to it.
Many high schools back 30 years ago all had ag programs. Well, with cuts and budget restrictions and things like that, a lot of those programs have been abolished.
And understanding that an ag career can be about much more than just the harvest.
Animals is one part, yes, for me, but it's also the landscaping, the design, the small animals. It's putting up hay, it's the mechanics, it's now the drones and the technology, turf management. I could go work for the Twins and work on their turf, and that's agriculture.
From the food we eat to the clothes we wear, Nelson wants students to know we touch ag every day, and the jobs are limitless.
Once they learn about the ag industry, they realize this is a great place to be.
Thanks for watching this week's edition of AgweekTV. For all your ag news, go to agweek.com. We'll see you next week.